How y'all doing?
Hey there. Hey everyone. Welcome back. We decided that since on the last video we were talking about forgiveness, that we would just go on and attack that one. Did you know that?
Go ahead. What?
Attack it.
Oh, attack it. I thought you said
because attack and forgiveness go together.
I thought you said go ahead and tap that one. I was like, all right. Hey.
Oh my goodness gracious, y'all.
Here we go.
This man. So, when I went through, as many of you know, and I am going to get to the other story of when the police failed me. But many of you know, I was in an abusive relationship before, and it was just hell. When I was going through some of the roughest times of that, and then after getting out, I had a pastor tell me, you have to pray blessings on your enemies. And I'm going to be real honest with you right here, okay? I wasn't feeling it.
It's a new level of kill them with kindness, huh?
Yes, seriously. Because I was really like, I'm not going to lie, I was probably thinking more along the lines of if you were in a ditch on the side of the road on fire, I wouldn't piss on you. I was not thinking, let me pray blessings on you. And a lot of things that went on in that relationship, I really feel like were unforgivable. But at some point, I was feeling so much anger and hurt that I just couldn't even see straight. Like, I really couldn't think clearly. Have you ever felt that way?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I was at a breaking point, and I was like, literally, y'all, I don't suggest you do it this way. But I literally one day said, screw it, I'll pray for you. Okay? It was like, I was raised, we were both raised Christian, but we were raised in different denominations in church. So I was raised like real hardcore Pentecostal. And you were raised Baptist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but my grandmother, one thing that she did do is she taught us like to have a relationship with God. And so, like, I had a full-blown argument, y'all. Like, not even joking. You probably see that as blasphemy, right?
I'm not judging nobody.
You're not judging? Okay.
No.
No, I had like a full-blown argument. I was like, God, I know I'm supposed to do this, but I'm not feeling this. I'm really not feeling this. But I did. And in return, it did not come instantly. This was not like one of those situations where, oh, you prayed blessings on them one day, and the next day the heavens parted and rainbows came out your ears. It didn't happen that way. It really, truly did not happen that way. And my grandmother, I'm going to split two stories. My grandmother used to tell me all the time, kill them with kindness. And one of the places that I worked, I had some serious problems with some of the women there. And I honestly got to a place where I would just walk by them and smile to irritate them. Because I was killing them with kindness. But what actually happened is the more I did it, the less I cared. The less anger I had. And the same thing happened with the prayers. So I'm not going to say that I don't have, there are times that I definitely have some anger towards the things that happen, but it doesn't consume me. I feel nothing towards him. Like, nothing at all. There's no love, no remorse, no nothing. And I'll be honest with you, I went through all of those feelings because this was somebody that I got together with in high school. And I shared a lot of my life with that person, whether it was all happy or not. It's still like you still mourn things ending and certain aspects of it and stuff like that. And then it's like the hits just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And so I had to do the thing. I had to pray the blessings. Now, I don't know if dude ever got the blessings because I don't care. I don't care enough to even look into that. What I do know is that I'm no longer consumed by it. Have you had this happen with you? You've probably never felt that kind of as badly as I did.
No.
And it's, so what I'm going to say to you is this, though. I've went through a lot of stuff with my family, with my ex. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. And I think that's the thing that we get backwards. I think that when we think of forgiveness and people say, oh, turn the other cheek, it doesn't literally mean let the person keep pounding on you, keep hitting you, keep hurting you. It means turn away from it. Like, change your mindset, change the way you're thinking. And when you do, it brings you to a place of peace. Because when you have all that anger and hurt, it really consumes you. And it'll really make you consider things that you would have never considered. But forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you have to allow them access to your life. And I think a lot of times that's where we get confused, because there are a lot of different forms of abuse. And people that are a blood relation to us are not always safe to us. People that have been your friend for years and years and years are not always safe to you. And there's different things that make somebody unsafe. It doesn't have to be that they're physically unsafe to you. It can be that they put you in a bad mind space. It can be a lot of things. It could be that they're a horrible influence to you. Maybe you're a recovering addict and you have friends that you've been through a lot of crap with, but they have a tendency to go back, and you're trying to move on from that lifestyle. They're not safe for you. And, or anybody that's abused you in any way, they're not safe for you. You should forgive them. But I'm not telling you to forgive them for them. I'm telling you to forgive them for you. So that you're no longer consumed by it. So they're no longer holding real estate up here and in your heart.
So you can heal.
Yeah. And because when you, honestly, I didn't think it was possible to get to a place of feeling nothing for somebody that had hurt me so much. And when I get emotional about it, it's me being hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's me being hard on myself because I let it go for so long. Because I accepted that for myself.
So what's hard also, I see this just from hearing people talk. It's hard for me to see how it went on for so long, but knowing how strong-willed she is.
Oh, right? Yeah.
So that tells you how, I don't know the word.
The manipulation.
Yeah, I mean, how much control they have over you because this young lady right here don't take no crap from nobody. Right?
No, and I didn't just sit back and take being
No,
abused
I'm not saying
either.
you did, but
sometimes I have to remind myself of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really have to remind myself of that.
But a form of looking like you took it is you stayed in it so long. Right.
Absolutely. And I've been asked that because I speak out about abuse a lot. I have been asked that a lot because I was in the relationship for 20 plus years. But we had 3 children, back to back, not 3 pregnancies because, I am smart enough to stop after 2, but one of them was 2. And so we had 3 young children. And the thing that people need to realize is that when there's abuse, there's a lot of manipulation involved and a lot of financial warfare. So there's a lot of things done to make sure that you couldn't afford to get out and stand on your own feet if you wanted to. And so, I think I've talked about this before. There's a lot of things that go into play when somebody's in an abusive relationship. I promise you that the time that they get out of the relationship is not the first exit they planned. But it's having to accept that somebody's not good for you doesn't make you weak. Maybe I need to hear that myself. But the forgiveness helps you heal. Because I can tell you that I was consumed with anger and hurt. That forgiveness, I needed it. I needed it. And now, when I tell you the feeling of feeling nothing for somebody that has done you so much harm is amazing. It is one of the most amazing feelings that you will ever experience. When you get to a place where you feel nothing for that person, you're getting somewhere. And that is the moment that forgiveness is for. You deserve that. If you've been in a situation where you have been hurt tremendously by somebody, you deserve to be free from being consumed by that feeling. Work on forgiving. It won't be easy. It will not be easy. And you're probably going to have a few arguments with yourself, with your higher power. I did. And there may be people around you who think you are absolutely cuckoo. They're not having to live with that. When you're carrying all of that, it's heavy.
It's obviously easier for a person that's not in that situation to say,
To pass
why don't
judgment.
you just leave? Why didn't you just leave? Yeah. So it's obviously much harder, because we've sat and talked about it. I mean, I've
Countless times.
I've sat and talked to her about. Of course, she wouldn't trade nothing because she's got the kids. The kids are here, right? But I sit back and sometimes when we get to talking, and we go all the way back to when they started dating, when she was there was a lot of red flags right there.
There were.
And I looked at her and said, what made you think? Yeah, what did you see? I mean, seriously, because I mean, worked out for me.
It didn't work out for you. I mean, I'm not the only person in the world. I mean, you were married before also. Yeah. And the thing is relationships end. Sometimes they end. Sometimes they end after you've invested a long time in them. And a lot of us have kids from a relationship that failed in this world. So you're looking at some of the worst years of your life for some of us. But it gave you the best parts of you. Mm-hmm. You know? So there's always that blessing in it. But yes, do yourself a favor. Find the forgiveness. Go after it. Work on it. May bring you somebody wonderful. Do yourself a favor. Work on the forgiveness. Because it is worth the feeling of nothing. Because that is an amazing feeling.
Also on the forgiveness side.
Yeah. Because
just from her part, because you also get mad at yourself for after it's over, and you're mad at yourself for allowing the situation to last as long as it did, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
I question myself as much as everybody else does.
Forgive yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that comes and goes in seasons. I think there are times that I do. And I think there are times that there's residual effects from the things that went on. And I kick myself. And I don't give myself very much grace during those times. But I should. And you should. So, I hope this has been helpful to somebody. If you enjoy, please comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Like, subscribe. We really want to get to the 1,000 followers, or subscribers, so that we can go live with you guys. So.
And as always, roll Tide.
That's Wildcats. All right, guys. Have a great evening.
Good night.